Hi guys, it's Sam. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my newly acquired fountain pen. And I wanted to do this video because it took me so long to purchase this fountain pen, and the reasons why it took me so long to use this fountain pen. I scoured Instagram, I scoured, like threads in discussion groups for fountain pen enthusiasts, I scoured YouTube, and I never really found what I was looking for when it came to if this pen would work for me. Let me tell you what is different about this pen as opposed to like a usual fountain pen and what kept me from purchasing it for so long. So of the fountain pens that I've used in the last couple of years, the Lamy Safari has been my favorite. I like that instead of unscrewing the cap like I had to do on my TWSBIs, it's just like a pop-off cap, and it seemed like it would be more suited to like traveling and going out with it. So my reason for purchasing this was if I wanted to throw it with my Hobonichi weeks, I could go and not worry about like the twisty thing getting moved. I never wanted to like open my cap and have this move at the bottom of my TWSBI and end up with like a cap full of ink or a mess all over, my planner or my bag or whatever. So that's why I moved to the Lamy, and then I also just like the look of them. Some people don't like the look of them. I like the look of them. And then I started seeing a whole bunch of people recommend the Pilot Vanishing Point. And so the difference with the Pilot Vanishing Point is that it is a clicker pen. So some people don't like clicker pens, but I love clicker pens. If I had to choose between a friction that clicks and a friction that doesn't click, I'm going to choose the friction that clicks every time. I like the sound. I like that you don't have to worry about a piece getting lost or moving around or falling on the floor. I don't know, like a billion things. Always clicker pens to me. And so this being a retractable pen was very, very attractive to me. Now, this is a more expensive fountain pen. The Vanishing Points in general are very expensive, and from what I can tell, you can get them from around $150 to, a whole lot more than that. This particular pen is like a special edition. I think it's made for poor folks. I would not have at this point probably still purchased this if it was $150. If that is in your price range, absolutely go for it. But I was really trying to stay away from $150 and up for a single pen. This one I found on Amazon, and I think it was $82, $83. I will link it in my links to my Amazon shop below so that you guys can get one. If you go to that link, there are other colors and other nib sizes that you can choose from. I chose this one, and I'm trying to think of what, I think it's like dark yellow or something like that. As you can tell between the two, it's definitely a mustard more than just like a straight yellow. It definitely has more of an orange tinge to it. I like both shades. I think this is really, really retro looking, and I really like it. So I'm fine with the color, this like brownish orangish yellow. It's like I don't know. But the reason besides cost that kept me away from this pen was because of the unique design of it. And so since this retracts out the front of the pen and the design is that the bottom is the clicker, then you end up with this clip being where you hold the pen. So I don't even know if I'll be able to do it. Normal people, totally not normal over here. Normal people do something like this when they write. Like this is how my husband writes when he is writing. This is not how I write at all. I didn't even know until my husband and I were married that I didn't write correctly. Like it was never even anything I noticed. I didn't look at other people writing and think that I was different from them. But one day I was sitting like filling out a Bible study at my in-laws' house, and my husband's grandmother was in the room, and she was like, "Why do you write like that? What's wrong with your hand?" And I was like, "What?" Like seriously, 19 years of my life went by and I didn't realize that I had like a wonky grip. So I do not write like this. When I am writing, I should have like prepared for this. Hold on. Let me get out, oopsie, something fell. My Castaway Hobonichi Mega Weeks. So I'm using this right now for like handwriting samples and the like, testing out new pens so that I have the Tomoe rubber paper and not fill up the pages of my regular weeks. So instead of holding my pen like this, I hold my pen like this. So my thumb wraps around and kind of rests on the tip of my index finger, and this is how I write. I know that I could probably train myself, but look, oh, that just feels so wrong and it looks hideous. That's just not, I don't like it. I don't like how it feels. It's not natural at all. I know some people train themselves to write the other way, but honestly, I have no problems with writing this way. Now, I didn't buy the Lamy for a while for the same reason. See how it has these like ribs, these ridges here? That's supposed to make you line up your, finger grip correctly. And this, I think, is like in Germany for like school children. So again, I didn't buy the Lamy, I don't know. I say it like 3 different ways, but I didn't buy this forever because I wasn't sure that it would be uncomfortable with my grip either. However, I love this pen and it's caused me 0 problems. I write with it every single day and I've loved this pen. However, with this clip being here, I was like, that might like hurt, So I waited and I waited and I waited and I asked questions and I searched the internet and I was like, I was terrified to spend, when you're going from $30 to even $80, that's a big jump in cost. If it doesn't work for you, I was like, am I going to be stuck with a pen I can't use? I also heard that it weighed a lot and my hands, my like tendons are like overly tight. So I have trouble writing with certain pens. So the super skinny pens, even like a fabulous pen like Energel and like their titanium or steel or whatever enclosures, those are too heavy for me and I'm not able to comfortably write. So I was kind of nervous about all of these things. I had the cost going against it, I had this clip going against it, and I had the weight going against it. And I just waited and waited and waited for months. I agonized over this decision. And so then one day I was like, how could I even tell? Like, how would I even know if it would be something that I could use or not? And so I decided to go and get like different pens in my house. So I had grabbed like the Sharpie marker. I even grabbed the Lamy, which I know that's like nothing shaped like that, but I was grabbing like all the pens that I could and I was like putting them upside down. And I know that I couldn't actually write with it because this is an eraser, not ink, but I was like trying to figure out if I could work around that with my grip. And I was like, you know what? This isn't as bad as I thought that it was going to be. So I went ahead and I pulled the trigger and I ordered one of these when we got our tax refund in. And I ordered it from a shop on eBay and it came with the converter and it came with a cartridge. And I was super excited. I paid extra shipping. I paid like $24 shipping from Japan to get it with the EMS instead of just like the regular airmail. And then like 10 days or so went by and I was like, dude, where's my pen? And they were like, oh, sorry. Like really, it said that like, sorry, exclamation point, exclamation point, sorry, like down the page. And I was like, what? And they were like, oh, it's out of stock. It won't be in for 2 weeks. And I'm like, it was in stock when I ordered it. What the heck? You can't just do this to people. So I ended up fighting with this person for days. And then one morning I woke up and they canceled my order and immediately turned around and sent me a message saying, oh, it's back in stock, but eBay canceled your order. And I was like, no, they didn't. I never asked them to. The note says that you canceled my order. Like, why, when you go through all of that, after, like 3 or 4 days, it still wasn't as fast as I wanted, but you could have been like, hey, we have it in stock. Do you want us to ship it now or do you want to cancel your order? So I went to Amazon and I found one that was supposed to be in stock the first week of April, and it comes from Japan, but it shipped from the United States, and it was prime shipping. And I was like, okay, I trust Amazon, I'm gonna go this direction. And then like every couple of days, the shipping estimate decreased. And so it was supposed to be here by Friday. So today is what is today? The 26th. And it was supposed to be here on Friday, whatever Friday is. Today is Tuesday. And then I woke up Sunday morning with an email saying that it was going to be here Monday. So it arrived yesterday. I got it out. It didn't come with a converter, so I have that on order with jet pens, but it did come with a black cartridge. So, I will say that this is a very fine, and if you know me, then you know that I really prefer like a 0.7, and I would have to say that the Lamy, whatever you call it, it definitely writes more like a 0.7 to me. However, if you're familiar with the Tomoe paper, you know that it takes a bit to dry. So I figured that being finer would be better, so that it would dry faster, and maybe it could be a to-go pen for me, which now that I've spent this money, I don't know if I want to take it everywhere, but I thought it would be good to have a finer pen. You can buy new like nib housings for these. It's about $80 to get like the whole system. So unlike other fountain pens like the Lamy, you have to like replace just this piece. This, like the whole thing opens up, and you can replace this. Well, that's the cartridge. You can replace this whole piece from what I'm understanding. I decided to just go ahead and get the fine. And my friend Robin showed me some like tricks and stuff to make I can't walk and talk at the same time. She showed me some tricks for how to take a nail file and kind of drag it and make it thicker, your nib, gosh. But I don't want to do that yet because I'm not using the Noodler's ink in here because I don't have my converter yet. So, I mean, it's not, you get some feedback with it definitely, but it's not scratchy feeling. It's very smooth feeling. I like the way it flows. I generally don't like to write in fountain pen in print anyway, so I don't think that, I mean, I like this thickness better. I feel like it looks better with my handwriting, so I definitely prefer this fine over the Vanishing point fine. But as you can see, the whole point was, oh look, I got ink on myself. The whole point was, would I be able to hold on to this in a way that wouldn't hurt my hand? And so I used this last night to do my Hobonichi entry, and it's finer, so my handwriting looks a little different, but it was comfortable for me to write with, and I didn't have any issues. I think that if I allow myself to keep writing with this, that I would get used to the fineness. I might even like it, because I can imagine being able to write more words with a line not being as thick across the page. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna try to just like get used to this nib being so fine. But I just kind of wanted to go over with you guys today what took me so long, what the differences were in this pen, and especially if you have a unique grip. Like, I don't know. I know that there's like lots of crazy ways people hold their pens, so this might still not work for everybody, but I, again, do not write the normal way, and I have had zero trouble writing with this pen. And I actually think that the weight is distributed really, really well, and it doesn't feel like a heavy pen as I'm writing. I mean, I have more weight feeling with the inner gels, the metal ones, than this pen. And I'm pretty sure that the inner gel weighs a whole lot less than this. But it's just a very enjoyable experience. So if you have been on the fence for getting this pen for the reasons that I have listed as reasons why it took me so long. I would say if you have the money, definitely go for it. Again, I will put a link below to this pen in Amazon, and just know if it says that it's not in stock yet, but it's coming back and you can go ahead and order it, that it's likely going to be quicker than the time quoted. I was very, very happy with the purchase from the seller that I purchased it from. And so I'd like for you to have a pleasant experience as well. These pens do vary a lot on eBay, which is where I tried to purchase it the first time. But you do have to be careful. Like the one on eBay was going to come with a converter and this one did not. Make sure that you read the listings. It does come in this lovely box here. And this was another piece that was inside. And so it came under this little ribbon, and it's just a really nice way to display the pen and to store it if you're not using it. I would love to say that there are more of these in my future, but I mean, it would have to be a pretty special color because this is kind of my jam. And like I said, like an olive green, if they made one like that, I would definitely go for it. I don't think that the black would get me to purchase personally, just because I really like the quirky colors. Like if it was in a like retro pale blue or something, I could see me going for it, but it would need to be a pretty special color for me to get another one. So I'm happy with this purchase. I'm glad that I finally pulled the trigger. I wish now that I have zero issues with the weight and zero issues with the clip that I hadn't taken as long. So if you have the ability to purchase this pen, I definitely say go for it. I hope that you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful if you were on the search for a vanishing point as well. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new around here, thanks so much for joining me, and don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss future videos. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and have a great day. Bye.